Hello, everyone.
Alrighty, everyone. This is Jumping Flash. This is an extremely early PS1 game. It is actually officially the first 3D platformer. And even though it's the first, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
basically a tech demo with some nice graphics as well.
absolutely.
Yeah. I'm Javeliin. Nice to meet everyone. And here we have probably, I don't want to watch because I'm going to get nervous. We have hopefully the PlayStation Nation here with us. And also I have lovely Joester 98 here with me, who is the second place on leaderboard in this game and category. He's gonna help me with commentary, because when we start this game, we just made an agreement that I'm actually gonna try hard the first 3 worlds, and if I'm on pace after that, I'm gonna keep try harding, because I might get a PB, and it would be epic if I get an ESA PB. So I'm gonna count us in. It's gonna be in 3, 2, 1, lenkille.
Let's do it. So the basic structure of this game, there are 6 worlds, each with 3 levels. First 2 levels are usually platformers, and then the 3rd level is a boss fight. The goal in each level is you have to get these 4 jet pods. I'll probably just call them carrots, because that's clearly what they are. So you have to get those and then make your way to the end platform. Good first stage there. So if you jump on the end platform without all 4 of the carrots, it will tell you to go get them. So you can't just rush immediately to the platform and beat the stage. It doesn't work that way. And this game officially on the leaderboards times game time, because that bonus countdown takes more time if you're faster. So we won't know exactly what time or what kind of pace Javeliin's on throughout this run, although we generally have a feel. If every level has been pretty good, we'll know it's good. I think someone in the crowd might be doing time, but we can check that later. We'll
just play for now.
Yeah, we'll just play some video games for now here.
And you'll know why it is specifically until World 3. That's okay, that's bad.
That's okay. There's good backup here.
Let's get up here. Yeah, there we go. It's okay. Funny enough, the tryharding is not over, even though that's an abysmal level, but it's okay. It's only it's +4 to what you normally want.
Yeah,
but that's fine.
This is still very easily PBable because of how the bosses in this game are. So that 4 seconds is nothing, pretty much.
You see how instantly when I opened my mouth, it happened. Yeah. Let's get this.
Yeah. So this is the first boss. Javeliin picked up an extra bomb in the previous level, which will make this boss substantially quicker. So the ways to damage enemies are 1 with weapons like the bomb, 2 with the missiles, which you just fire by holding square, and 3 by landing on enemies.
It's okay, 15.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And something that isn't really a problem, but you have to be careful for, is you can't actually finish a boss stage unless you're on the ground. So if you just finish a boss and start to mess around and just jump in the air, you're just going to waste more time because the level can't complete until you're touching the ground. So in World 2 here, it's really thin on weapons. So what Javeliin's going to do here is actually pause and restart, which loses a life. But now you'll notice he actually has a bomb. And this level in particular, actually both of these levels, there are no real good weapons in the way. There's only one we're going to pick up. And there aren't any that are close enough to be worth grabbing. So in levels, in some worlds, Jav's going to restart to get that bomb. So he has an extra weapon for whatever the boss is. So we haven't actually even mentioned the jumping, which is kind of important. It's in the name of the game. So you can jump off the ground, and then you get 2 mid-air jumps. And if you hold X on those, you get a little higher. If you on your last jump, you can actually hold X and do like a hard drop, which lets you fall more quickly. Like that. Instead of just floating down to the platform, he kind of crashed down into it. 51 there is pretty good. Pretty solid time there. This next level coming up is the first of 2 levels in the game that are like indoors. This has like very narrow corridors and like very low ceilings. There's not a lot of jumping in this at all, except here to go up this slope. And in levels like this, enemies are a huge problem because killing them takes way too long. So the only thing to do is run around them. But if they're in your way and you try and jump over them, you'll just bounce on them repeatedly, which is really tilting. So hopefully that doesn't happen. This orange guy around the corner here is the most likely to be in a bad spot. Yeah, it's a terrible spot. You still didn't jump on him, though. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I did a air strafe, which is the only way to actually strafe in this game, even though it's a first-person shooter, because, I mean, we don't have a keyboard and mouse, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So we don't have the lovely QWERTY layout that, let's say, a certain FPS game 1 year after this, like called a Quack, would have had. So, yeah. But yeah, this is basically a shout-out to Doom, I'd say, this level. And it looks really similar to, like, let's say, Doom clones up to this point. Yeah.
48's a pretty good time there. It's a tough stage to get a good time on just because there's so many enemies. You may have noticed by the fairly wide turning radius that this game does have tank controls. So that's why there are some wide berths here. So this boss actually has a relatively new strat. And the goal is to manipulate him to do this attack, exactly. And then you can use both these weapons to pummel him. The way bosses in this game work is when they're transitioning between phases, you cannot damage them.
Still okay.
That was still pretty good.
Yeah.
It's probably be 18. Nice. That's a good time on that boss. Very good time.
Yeah, that was a really long extra, as you could see. So that's why we don't want to use RTA.
Yeah. Now for RTA reasons, just to make the game go quicker, we actually turned off the cutscenes in the main menu, just so it doesn't take forever between worlds. But that actually, in terms of the final time, doesn't impact the time at all. Just makes resets and stuff quicker. So even though there was a Twister right there, Javeliin's going to avoid it, because Twister is not the best weapon on this upcoming boss. Bomb is extremely good, though, which is why he restarted. This upcoming boss is by far the worst in the game. That was really close.
Yeah, I was scared. I'll take this easy now. There we go.
Oh. Interesting cycle on that guy.
Yeah.
So that carrot moves up and down.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of...
So it can be tricky to get. You can easily go over it. And then we're also going to grab the missiles that are dead ahead here, because those are pretty good. These missiles are like semi-heat seeking, which is really good on the upcoming boss because there are multiple different targets that you want to be hitting. So if you just fire them, they will generally go to where you want them to go to. Yeah, with missing the one carrot, that's actually not that bad.
Yeah. Closing in on the reason that I kind of wanted to try hard this.
Yeah. So this boss, you could get a time anywhere from like a 30 to like a minute. Oh, actually, well, we're not there yet. We got to do this level first.
Yeah, but we're closing in.
There's a very tight cycle at the start of this level that Javeliin's going to try and make.
Oh, barely missed it. I would just jump here. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so that carrot is moving around that upper elevator, and you want to try and, if you get like a perfect cycle there, you can land like right on it. That was pretty close, but that's not too bad. That's only a couple seconds. This is also really the only level in the game that lags kind of bad right here, because there's a lot of stuff on screen. In general, the game actually runs pretty well, considering how early it came out in the console's life cycle.
And it's actually unlocked 60 FPS, which is fairly interesting. It never really runs at 60 FPS.
If you're looking at nothing, it runs at 60, but...
Yeah, 41.
41, yeah, it's
which
okay.
Is
missing the
seconds.
cycle.
Yeah, 3 seconds lost. Ironically, I could make all the lost time in the run in the next boss, so that's why it's kind of...
If this boss goes well, this will still be PB pace.
It's unlikely that it will,
It's very unlikely, but...
And after this, I can relax, so it's fine.
Yeah, all right. So this is by far the worst boss in the game, so let's just hope this goes well.
The pattern is already very different to what I'm used to.
No drops either.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a drop. So these things can randomly drop weapons. Oh, that got a drop too.
Ooh. Can I finish it? Barely not. Okay, now I have to go back. Wait for some of them to respawn.
So this is why this boss is obnoxious.
Yeah.
Okay, that gave you something too.
Oh. Can you kill it before? Yeah, there we go.
Nice, okay. Got some weapons. There's still
now
2 left.
This one doesn't. I'll just shoot the rockets, yeah.
Okay.
Just YOLO it.
That honestly was decent.
The drops brought it back, but still, that's what's it, 42?
42, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna relax a bit more now.
Yeah, like Yeah, that boss.
It's not
is,
on great pace.
You could get anywhere from like, I think the best you can get is probably like 27, 28 if you get crazy lucky.
Crazy, yeah.
Or you could get like a 55 if that happened with no extra drops.
Like every boss is manipulatable, but that boss, it is super hard to do the manipulation.
Yeah.
Only 666, who is the world record holder in this game, is consistent at it.
Yeah, 666, kind of a beast.
Yeah.
He's an absolute legend at this game, and the sequel. So definitely give him a follow because he's pretty insane at this game. This is the only ice level in the game. It's actually a really good level too. But
lovely music as well.
Yeah. On ice, you do not want to run because you will hold forward and not even start moving for like a full second as you like kind of skid. So the strat is to just not walk. That's a really good time. 37's very good there.
Now it's time for the second, like, underground corridor level, which is way harder and also easier than the second one. It's a way different one.
Yeah.
Here we have a lot of enemies that are wanting to be in our way. I hope they're not, though.
Yeah, these little radar dudes are super obnoxious. Yeah, these guys right here. Yeah, that guy wasn't too bad. But if they're floating in the middle of the hallway, there's not much you can do.
That was close.
Yeah, pretty good first floor there. So funny enough, the game timer actually doesn't run in these elevators, which is interesting. There's 2 more elevators in this level, or actually, no, 3. But the game timer doesn't count in them. That was a good exit. That was a good room there. That room can be tricky to get out of quickly.
But now it's the gauntlet.
Yeah, this long hallway section is obnoxious. Just pray for no enemies in the way.
This guy and this
guy?
Oh, got stuck a bit, but still, get out of my way. There we go. Oh,
that was reasonably good. That was like,
yeah,
with those positions, you didn't get stuck too much.
Yeah, strafe jumping is not really useful in other levels, but here you can realign yourself a bit like this. Probably lost a second to do that, but it's so fun.
Yeah, this is still pretty good pace for this level.
This
is a very hard level to get a really good time on.
And now we just run past the section that we actually visited earlier in the level.
Yeah, that was the tunnel that we jumped over.
Just gotta make sure I quickly tap the jump button so I fall instantly there instead of like floating down slowly.
Yeah, 56 on this level is a very good time in a run because it's really tricky to get through all those hallways without getting stopped too much.
Yeah, the enemies can they can be just like, yeah, you're not going through here.
All right, this boss has 3 things he can do, and one of them is good. So
I'm just gonna
it's that
YOLO
one.
Well, he's
this is one of the bad ones. This is the middle one.
Yeah, middle one, yeah.
So you saw there, Javeliin landed on the boss and it didn't actually do any damage because it was already transitioning between phases. One more hit?
No, 2.
Okay, that was still pretty good even with the attack.
Like here you can see it kind of runs better. Yeah, 22, okay.
Yeah, that's with an attack, 22 is very good. Yeah, well, you want that boss to just walk at you, but it's not super common. So you usually get an attack, but with an attack, that's still a really good time. All right, this is the longest level in the game, and it has some of the scariest jumps. Actually, it has all of the scariest jumps in the game.
Yeah, so.
We'll point those out when we get there. But this is a level that...
Hold your breath.
We used to not restart, but, you know, the 666 strats found Bomb to be a really good first weapon against the upcoming boss. So that's why we get it instead of getting the missiles that are on top of that skyscraper that was off to the left. All right, this is the first scary jump across this gap. Yeah, you need two reasonably close to max height jumps to get across that. All right, now.
Oh, no tree jump. Damn.
All right, now here comes the big boy. So he's gonna bounce off of 2 enemies over this pit to reset his jump counter. There's one.
Oh, why are you here?
And these enemies are in random locations and can move right out of your way.
Ooh, this is really bad.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was so. Come on, man.
The second one was so far away. That was really unfortunate.
It's okay though, as long as we don't fall.
There's still one more enemy bounce.
I say that. Yeah.
That's not the enemy bounce we're talking about. There's one more to cross this gap here. You gotta bounce off of this guy.
Trying to juke.
Okay.
I was so sure he was gonna move away.
Yeah, I thought for sure he was gonna try and screw you there.
Yeah. Yeah, not getting on the crane is actually really rare. So usually I get there quite easily, but it was just so far to the south, like of me, you know. So it was really hard to do it.
Yeah, even with like 113, even with all that happening, was pretty good. You didn't die. Like, not dying on that stage is priority one.
Yeah, in a marathon, definitely.
Yeah. And landing on that platform, the end platform, there's an enemy on there, so you have to land on the edge of it. It's actually like a little harder than it looks because he takes up most of the platform.
Shout out to Crab Rave. One of the best songs and levels in general. Like, there's a bunch of fun stuff.
Yeah, this level has some tricky jumps too. They're not exactly like, they're not like fail them and you die, but they are pretty tight.
Fail them and you lose a lot of time.
Yeah. So shoutouts to games coming up here. The sign just says games right there. Yes, this is a reasonably tricky section because there's a carrot off to the right, and then one kind of dead ahead here, and this jump to this platform is actually pretty tight. He's going to land just on the corner of it.
Whoa, that was
really close.
Really close.
All right, here comes LSD mode.
Yeah, if you're sensitive, don't watch for 5 seconds. Best song in the game, almost, but it's over.
Yeah.
Still a 55.
Yeah, that's a good time for that stage. Yeah. It's the only time you'll see that power up in this game, because it's just right on the way. Every level has one, to my knowledge.
Yeah, and
but you have to
enemies can also drop them. Unfortunately, not that Clown Genie apparently can't drop them. You would one-shot them, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So there's,
boss time.
So Javelin's going to do an RNG manipulation strat here. This boss can turn into 3 things, and this is the good one. So this is the phase he will stay in the longest, which is why it's the one you want, so you can kill him once. Missed the first hit somehow. I don't know how that didn't work. Yeah. So he will stay in this like robot dude phase for a while, so you can just pummel him with Roman candles and hopefully one-cycle him. It's going to be close, though.
Get it? Ooh!
Not
just
quite.
Barely missed
Not
it.
quite.
It's okay. Oh, come on, I fell right through. Get it.
That's all right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't run off the edge there. If you run off the edge there, you will die and have to refight the boss, so...
Well, at least I'll not have any nerves for the last 2 bosses, because the last world coming up has 2 bosses at the end, and both of them are quite the tricky ones, though, so yeah.
This level is my favorite song in the game. This is some really good music. And Javelin's going to get 3 weapons here, and even though there are 2 bosses left, he's actually going to use all 3 weapons on the next boss, because the next boss is just an absolute demon. This level has some kind of scary jumps too to get across some big gaps because there's no floor to the level, as you can see.
You can like if you concentrate on the background, you can get some vertigo as well because you're like looking at Earth, I guess. So yeah, it's. I almost forgot where I was supposed to go. But yeah, here we go.
No, you're good.
The equivalent level of this in Jumping Flash 2 is way worse. So
it's very, very scary.
Yeah. This is a bit more chill, and the song is like makes it.
Oh yeah, the song is way better. The song in the equivalent level in Jumping Flash 2 isn't very good.
Soundtrack in general in good 2, like the game is better, Jumping Flash 2, but the soundtrack is way better in 1 though.
You're probably gonna get a 101 on this stage, which is a good time.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty good time. So that's the last platforming stage. Now there's just 2 bosses, and they are both evil.
Yeah.
And so hopefully they go well.
I think by now it's kind of obvious. I don't even remember if you mentioned it, but yeah, jumping damage is very, very, very important in this game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So you hope this guy, like, you want this guy to attack you. That's good. That's good if he attacks you.
Oh, come on! It happened again.
Jump. Okay. That's good. All right. Attack, maybe. Something like anything.
What are you doing?
Literally do anything.
No.
Oh, that's the worst thing you can do.
I still missed it. Yeah. Again.
Dude, double dash.
What?
Oh, I've had that happen. He shoots you way up in the air.
I've never seen that before. Okay.
Oh, no. He jumped onto the oh, I thought he jumped onto the platform. Yeah. Where is he? Oh, he's over you.
Yeah. Don't go on the platform.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, that's a saucy kill, but it's okay.
Yeah.
If he goes on that platform, it starts like an ad phase, and that's like.
Yeah, he just spawns enemies that you have to kill to get him to jump back off. Yeah, that was a lot of dashes. That was super unlucky.
Yeah, but I also failed. I failed it again. Like, goddamn. but it's fine.
Don't forget to restart here.
Yeah.
So this is the final boss. I reminded Javeliin to restart because you practice ILs, you already have a bomb, but here you have nothing. So it's really easy to accidentally... Alright, so the strategy on this boss is you want him to attack you because it's really hard to hit him if he's not attacking you. So Javeliin's going to move reasonably far away after each hit to manipulate attacks. When this guy starts running around, you know, you're in big trouble.
Oh, that's have to be really quick now. Yeah.
Okay, you're still good.
Now he's gonna jump after this. I almost made it. It's okay. What?
Oh, he landed on you, I think.
What? Yeah, I've never...
Okay, so now he's in
That's
phase
good.
2. This phase is much easier to hit him because he's much lower to the ground. And he mirrors your movement in the air. That's how you can... So if you kind of move in circles, he also moves in circles. For the most part.
Yeah,
Sometimes he can...
just mirrored, yeah.
Sometimes he
One
control
hit,
you.
and now
Okay.
it's gonna do last phase.
Now he's going to switch to the last phase.
Are you gonna do it? No!
Wow, we waited so
scammed.
long.
It's fine.
Nice.
There it is.
It's actually pretty good. It's going to be under a minute.
Under
That's
a
pretty
minute,
good. Get ready on time, by the way.
And time.
Sub 20 RTA.
Yes, up 20, yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's okay.
That's probably like 12:40 game time. That would be my guess. Something like that. We'll see. I think someone behind us was adding it up so we can check after the run.
Maybe. Oh, we got a short cutscene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the character's name is Robit. Did you mention it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Robot rabbit called Robit, of course.
You ain't done yet.
Except yes, we are, because we only do the first loop in any percent. But yeah, actually there's an extra mode that just opened. That gives us the credits, but yeah, that's basically in Japanese version, which is worse. Don't play it. Don't ever get the Japanese version if you want to run this. Japanese version ends after one loop. Yeah, so yeah, that's any percent.
Yeah, the controls in the Japanese version are really bad. So
yeah, don't do it.
You don't want to play
It's
it.
almost like a beta version.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of re-releases of this game. So if you want to play it, like PS3 and PlayStation 5 even, but it's a kind of weird port.
It's on the PS Classic also.
Yeah, PS Classic.
If anyone still owns one of those.
And emulator is also allowed because it's in-game time, so you don't lose time to loads. And if you want to buy it for a console, I think the cheapest option right now, we're going to ruin it when we say it, but Jumping Flash 2 Japanese is actually the version that we're using, because it comes with the American version of Jumping Flash 1, which is the correct version you want to use, with fixes and everything.
Yeah, it's region locked for Japan, but this is the English version.
Yeah.
That we're playing here, which is it's definitely cheaper because the English version of this game is a long box, and those are really expensive.
Yeah.
So, if you're interested in the game, Jumping Flash 2 Japanese. If you're gonna buy the game, that's the way to go because you get both games for the price of one.
But that's it. Thank you very much, ESA, for having me. Remember to donate, and thank you for everyone here for watching, and thank you, Joe, for the nice sessions that we've been having.
Nice run, man.
I continued the tradition of having a practice room PB for this game, like you did at HEDQ as well. So yeah, I guess we're gonna head over to the next game, which is gonna be Garfield. Stay tuned.